After reading the latest chapter of Blue Lock, I'm starting to have doubts on the Japan versus England game, especially since the notion online for the series is that everyone is starting to lose interest a little bit. So I made a list of things that I believe should happen in this game to make it elite. The first thing on my list for what this game needs to be great is that it needs to be very low scoring. After the latest chapter, spoiler warning if you haven't read it yet, Teddy and I scored, which means it's already 1-0 in like the first minute of the game. In my opinion, this should be the only goal England scores and Japan should win the game 2-1. Not every game can end 5-4 or 4-3 because that always ruins the defenders, and a game which is low scoring while focusing on the defense would fix an issue the community has had with the series, which is the lack of defensive contributions made by defenders. The second thing on my list is Yukamiya having a masterclass. That doesn't mean he should score or assist, but he should be heavily involved in the attack because he had a lot of hype after the Manchan game, but he lost a lot of it in the following few games. I think this game is perfect for Yukamiya as there's so many opportunities there for him. He can team up with Isagi because they're both not in the Shidou system, so it makes sense for them to team up. He can team up with Kiyora as Yukamiya can kind of be seen as an underdog in this lineup, so Kiyora joining Yukamiya makes sense, but I think both of them have better options, and Yukamiya's better option is teaming up with the Shidou system. I feel like this option works the best because play would go through him, as Shidou is a player like Holland who gets low touches, so he would be the best offensive player in that system. Now moving on to the third thing on my list, which is Isagi having a bad performance. A lot of people have asked to see this, where Isagi has a bad performance, and this is the perfect game for that opportunity. We already know Japan will win. His mindset before the game can explain why he has his bad performance, and finally it would be nice to see. If it was up to me, I would have benched Isagi. Like Rin, getting benched was enough dopamine boost for me, but it would have made sense for Isagi too. But now that he's starting, I need to see that Hall of Shame performance. People say France was bad, but in that game he literally beat Hugo and in the luck door and would have scored if the pitch invader didn't try stealing his goal. That's not a bad performance, but in this game I need to see this Hall of Shame performance. I need him to get an opportunity where he tries balling it and he balloons it over the bar. My bad, balloons it over the stadium. Now for the fourth thing on my list, I need to see Kiyora and Isagi team up. This was the better option I had for Kiyora when I was talking about the Yukamiya situation. It makes so much sense and I think it will happen. Isagi is literally the biggest underdog. He's up against the Karsu system, so he is the underdog, and Kiyora's entire gimmick is helping the underdog. Kiyora's character concept is insanely interesting, so I don't know why people wanted him gone. The concept with the underdog gimmick works so well with Blue Lock's concept, as everyone is always chasing to be number one, so there's always going to be an underdog for Kiyora to help. I need the moment where Kiyora first chooses Isagi and crosses in the ball, and this is where Isagi does his best Harry Kane impression and skies it to Mars. Now the fifth thing on my list is Shidou scoring an insanely acrobatic goal. Now let me paint the picture, because the setup is literally hold up, his writing is this fire. Alright, so at halftime, Zantetsu gets dragged out by the ear for Baro, because like literally what is Zantetsu going to do for you trailing a game? So now imagine like 60th minute, Baro is in the box waiting for Karasu. Like Karasu is going to cross it in. He crosses it in. It's going to Baro's head, like literally point blank range onto Baro's head. But then Shidou steals this goal. Like imagine the Holland goal versus Dortmund. That's how Shidou is going to steal this goal. And now there's like this dynamic, right? Because Karasu, Baro, and Shidou. This is three-man dynamic. Imagine this, right? Because in the France game, that's how basically Baro scored. He basically did the same thing. It's not like this is theft. Like the goal Shidou just scored, that's complete theft. But like the goal Baro scored, it wasn't really theft. But now there's like this dynamic. Now going into the knockouts, because everyone was saying, yo, there's literally nothing without Isagi. This is how you set up Baro and like Shidou. That's how you set it up. Because now there's this competition on who can score more goals. And that's how I would set it up between both of them. By Shidou stealing a goal from Baro this game. And then going into the knockouts. Like there's this dynamic on who can score more. You can have a conversation between both of them on like, yo, I'm going to score more goals than you. Please, I need this to happen. It would be so tough. Now going on to the last thing on my list. This is the most important one. I feel like if this happens, like the game would actually become elite. Because it would be such a like insane moment, right? Now, just imagine this. Like, I'm going to set it up. Imagine, like, right after Shidou scores, Chigiri gets subbed on for Yukamiya. Like, and then, like, for the next, like, 10 minutes, let's say 70th minute now. For the last 10 minutes, Chigiri has not touched the ball. Everyone is ignoring him. Because he's done nothing. Like, let's be honest, bro. Last time Chigiri was getting highlights, Donald Trump, I know, Joe Biden was in fucking office, bro. Joe Biden was in office, and now Donald Trump's in president. Last time Chigiri had highlights that were actually important and not just stat padding on Bartra, Joe Biden was still president, bro. 2021 highlights, that's what they pulling up with, bro. So now, it's like 70th minute. Now, like, okay, I don't even know how to explain this pass. because like I don't even know how to describe this pass, but Kiyora has the ball. He passes it. Everyone thinks it's going to Isagi. Like, bro, it's fucking fiction, right? Nobody cares. Everyone thinks this is going for Isagi. This is, and like it curves midair. I don't know. It goes to Chigiri because Chigiri is now the underdog. You know how like they had that conversation? He was like, yo, bro, you always gonna chill with Kaiser? Kyora's like, nah, bro, I always like go for the biggest underdog. Now Chigiri is the biggest underdog. Kiyora switches from Isagi to Chigiri, and then he just passes it to Chigiri. Chigiri, 44 pound this time, boom, top right corner. Tell me this isn't cinema. Tell me that wouldn't be cinema. Now Chigiri actually did something. I'm telling you, this moment, I'm like, please just imagine this moment in your head. This would be so tough. Chigiri comes onto you can like get a close-up of his eyes. He does nothing for 10 minutes. He's like down on himself. Kiyora like fake passes to Isagi, then it goes to Chigiri. Chigiri just like, you get a close-up of his eyes. He's like, immediately good first touchdown. Boom, 44 Panthers type, top right corner. I'm telling you, this moment is fire. Please just imagine it. That is my list of things that I want to see in Blue Lock, Japan versus England. This is what I want to see. Please, I need all of this to happen. I need it. I actually just inject it to me, bro. Please. But yeah, if you're still watching, I appreciate it a lot. Please like and subscribe. Have a wonderful day. I love all of you.